This episode of the Keep Spreading the Word podcast is brought to you by the branded gifts company Keep Spreading the Word. Most of you are going to give gifts at some point in your life. They're going to be wonderful, and I'm not here to tell you that the gifts that you give aren't well received, but the main challenge with most of the gifts that people pick up without much of a strategy is that they are eaten or drank or spent. The branded gifts that we produce through Keep Spreading the Word is something that people are going to actually see and use nearly every single day for the rest of their life, which is great top of mind awareness. It really reminds the people that are valuable in your life about you. And that has so many long-term benefits, including business benefits, personal benefits, and really just having them actually use products of high value that they're going to keep around forever. The gifts that all of our clients give, and we have 5,000 plus clients all over the United States, are all branded. Often they are tax deductible. Check that out with your CPA or tax professional. And it's really easy to work with Keep Spreading the Word because we tend to put a system in place for you where when you have a need and you're prompted to give a gift, you just grab it and you give it and you are done. So for more information and some special pricing on volume and all the good stuff that we do, please go to www.keepspreadingtheword.com/Mitch. That's www.keepspreadingtheword.com/Mitch. This is Mitch Felix and the Keep Spreading the Word show. We are doing an interview today with Olga Golovko, one of our rising stars. Every month we print and mail a publication to the top 500 real estate agents here in Santa Clara County called Silicon Valley Real Producers. And Olga was the first rising star in our first publication. And a rising star is someone who's 5 years in the business or newer and has a clear trajectory of success. And Olga demonstrates quite a bit of success. She, in this interview, was about a year and a half into the business and did about $25 million her first full year in the business. So she talks a little bit about her philosophy that helped her get there and also some of the ways that she spends her time outside of the business that she really enjoys, her passion for wine and things like that. So hope you enjoy this next edition of the Keep Spreading the Word show.
All the way to the beginning. I'm from Ukraine originally, and my family moved to Canada. So I stayed there for 10 years, and 10 years ago I moved to Bay Area.
Okay.
Because
so
my now husband is here.
That's why you're so nice, because you went via Canada. Canadians are the nicest people in the world.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my path to Bay Area, and in Bay Area, I was always very social.
Yeah.
Like talking to people, like being outside. The main thing is I really like to have an impact. I was always looking for that and trying to create that in every job I've had. And I started doing real estate as on the side while doing my full-time finance job.
Wow.
And it turned out to be something that I was very passionate about. And my friends and family were the first ones to say, you gotta be doing this because I like finance, but I shine when I do this. And that got me into King, so that's kind of why I explored that possibility.
When you left Ukraine, was it under duress? I know that the
I
world
left a long time ago. It was 20 years ago.
Yeah, understood.
It wasn't the best situation. I was also a kid, quote unquote, so
yeah,
there's only so much that you can know at the time.
Will you tell me about your first real estate transaction? Do you remember it clearly for you?
I do.
Yeah.
It was somebody that was actually, I bought my first house when I was 22.
Wow.
And I was renting that out. And that was my first tenant of that house that I would actually live out. It was the first tenant. I always say that I'm in real estate to everybody, and he just said, "Oh, you're a realtor." Yes, of course. So we had our meeting kind of then and there. I wasn't doing any marketing. I wasn't actively prospecting. I literally just got my license.
Yeah.
So I just started telling people what I'm doing, and my first 2 transactions were exactly that.
What do you think you did differently than the average new agent to be able to perform at the level you're performing at today?
I learned very early on that real estate is a contact management business, nothing more than that. Even if I had no, even when I came to US, I was in San Diego studying, then I was in Bay Area. My friends here, our friends here were my husband's friends. So from, and my coworkers that I worked with. So I didn't have that much of a sphere of influence. It was very small.
Yeah.
And people say you need to write down every single person you know. Well, I didn't really have too many people. I kind of maxed out at 15.
Yeah.
And marketing to my best friends wasn't the best idea in my mind.
Right.
So I found two ways. Number one, even the people that I had, I took absolutely outstanding care of them. I mean, I was follow-up. It's not the first, the 5th, the 10th phone call or meeting. It's the 20th.
Yeah.
And I would take people out to lunch, to coffee, to make it more personal versus just, random calls here and there. So I would take kind of the next step.
Yeah.
Go to events together. And then for my friends, when I was starting out, I still wanted them to know those are my best advocates.
Right.
However many of them. So I always found a way to mention real estate. And actually, the very first thing I did was when I was creating my marketing campaign, kind of the monthly ongoing marketing campaign, I said, hey, can I put you on that so you can give me some feedback? So
Right.
two things happened. One, I actually got feedback to make it better. And two, they remembered that I was in real estate. And three, they're still on that.
Yeah. Very strategic, and you got what you wanted, and they got
So
what
it's
they wanted.
right. And then friends come over, however tacky it sounds. I mean, I would put the open house sign near the garage door so they would kind of see it. It wasn't in their face because you don't want to be the person who's talking business to your friends.
But very strategic.
Yes. So for
So
that,
you built your network from about 15 people?
yeah,
And how big is your database now, would you say? How many people would you say is in your
for
database?
76.
476. Awesome.
But out of those, I would say that from people who really know me, not really know me, but people who active leads, great clients, I would say about 80 of them, which is good. And out of those, about 20 are the core advocates.
And what did you do last year for transaction volume?
26.
26. Total 26 million or 26 units?
Oh, I'm sorry, 26 units.
26
I do units, not...
No, that's fine. So yeah, we're just learning the language. So 26 units, and then how much of that was volume? What does that equate to in volume? Is that, I imagine, 28 or 29 or 30?
It was about 24 and a half.
24.5 million? Okay. Wonderful job. And that was your second full year?
Yeah.
You're extraordinarily good at this. So tell me a little bit more about what's working for you. What would you like to teach somebody else who'd like to learn from you, who's not at your point right now, but has the heart and the energy? It's not clicking.
Just talk to people. I mean, I can get out of a coffee shop with a contact, or Whole Foods, anything. I've been doing that at the beginning. Wasn't quite working out for me. Maybe I didn't follow up enough. I couldn't make the connection that I needed to. So what I found is sticking with the people that new contacts that I either through door knocking or open houses or any contact to actually have a 5-minute conversation. Follow up. If they don't respond, that's fine. Put them on the drip. But follow up, number one, and treat them special. Identify people who are really, really going to advocate for you and referral sources, and just take excellent care of them. If somebody refers somebody to me, today, by the end of the day, they'll have a gift at their doorstep. And what I've learned not too long ago, what I've been doing this year is for referrals. When somebody gives me a contact, I'll let them know how it goes regardless, and I'll let them know how it goes throughout the transaction, because it keeps them remembering that they referred somebody to me. And chances are, by the time the transaction is over and the buyer or the seller, get the keys or they give the keys away, I have another referral from the same source. Yeah. Because they keep on remembering that.
Yeah, training your clients how to give you the right types of referrals too.
Right. It's still a struggle to ask for referrals. I mean, I'm very, it's businessy, and it's still a struggle. However, when I do ask, I always get it.
So what's your career volume, if you had to guess, around, like 25 last year? What was the year before like for you?
I only did half a year worth of work the year before, because I started the first half a year, I didn't do any transactions.
Wow.
Because I was setting up. I had no idea what I was doing.
So just to be clear, because it is happening very quickly, so I want to make sure I understand. So 2015, you started middle of that year.
Yes, I started October 1st, and the first month was just every day at Keller Williams' office. We had a program, training night.
Yeah, I know about it. I sponsored a night.
We spread it out right now, so it's not as concentrated. It's not, every day for a month. It's more, twice a week during the quarter. Maybe because people couldn't commit. But the first month training, and then I went to every single training class that we had.
Did you bold too?
I did bold this year for the first time. Should have done it the first year.
Yes, you should have. Yeah. What about right now? What are you at for this year? Transactions and volume.
For this year, I'm on track to the same as last year. However, I took a very long vacation.
Congratulations.
I kind of, it's vacation on vacation, I burnt out. I need to build out my business from an admin perspective. I started doing that, and things got crazy, and it's something I'm working on. I haven't mastered it yet.
Will you brag about yourself a little bit, about what you've accomplished in the awards and any trophies you may have achieved in recognition? Sure.
I mean, at Keller Williams, we've had, I had the did they call it? I'm trying to remember.
Rookie
Every year, Rookie of the Year, I did not make that, only because I was with a different company before.
Okay.
And that's the only reason why they didn't give that to me. I exceeded the Rookie of the Year, whatever
But you weren't technically a rookie because they were in first.
That's why,
Understood.
yes.
Yeah.
And then the next year, which was last year, I had the double gold production.
Okay.
Based on the volume and from an individual perspective.
So that means you capped pretty early on, right?
Oh yeah, I capped in 3 months this year.
And then what does double gold mean? I'm not familiar with that. Or like,
So
how would you explain it as like a
in the 300 type? It's the income. It's the income range that they do. So what we have, so it's a double gold, and then there's the single gold, which is the top.
So do you feel like you're on the trajectory to be a mega agent one day? Is that something that's exciting to you as well?
My goal is to build a business that I can leverage.
Yeah.
So right now, my struggle last year, I've learned it very quickly, was it's easy for me, whenever I prospect, I get business very quickly. It's easy for me to do that.
Okay.
What's problematic is spending time with family. So if I want to spend time with family, I need somebody else. I can get business, pass it on to somebody else. So just leveraging. And my goal is to have a team. A lot of new agents that I see, they're just nervous. Confidence is number one. Nobody once questioned or asked or hinted for how long I've been doing this. My first listing appointment was on the third day after I started Keller Williams. I had nothing. I didn't even have a business card.
Yeah.
It was a referral because day one of Bold on Monday, Ignite, they told us to tell our friends that you're a realtor. That's what I did. And Thursday I had an appointment. I had nothing. It's a transaction that closed a year and a half later.
We've talked a lot about your business. Will you teach me a little bit about your family and kind of what you spend your passion in terms of maybe an organization that you're excited about, things like that?
My passion, my hobbies are winemaking and everything related to that.
Well, I couldn't have guessed that was the answer. That's why I love that question. So what's your background with wine?
The previous property my husband and I owned, we had several grapevines, just 40, and right now we're in the process of planting. This winter we're going to be planting about an acre at our current house. We moved because we wanted more land. We can expand. We're starting small. Yeah. So we made wine at our previous home. It's just a passion, something we enjoy, and we can get friends to join us. Everybody always likes wine and making it and just planting it together, and it's just a social event that we can do and everybody benefits.
My mind is racing with images of just the beauty of your property, I imagine. Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, wonderful. So do you have it branded yet, or is it just family wine and you just hand a bottle?
Right now, just family wine. Okay. We are starting the process. We researched the process of how to take it commercial, but I mean, it's still small, but we'll have enough production where we'll need to get rid of some, we'll have several barrels, which is too much for us and our friends. Yeah. When the time comes, so we'll be planting this year 4 years from now. So I'm in the process of actively looking for another property where we can buy and actually process the wine, because we don't want to turn our current primary residence into that. Beautiful, but we also have a strategic approach there because coming from finance, I always talk to winemakers, and margins are very thin, of course. The way to make money there, it's a passion. If it can pay for itself, I'm not going to make money off of it. So our next property, just like the current one, it's got to have a view. That's because events are very important. That's the margin. So you have the wine and the events. Okay. Events is where you... Very insightful. Sure, yeah. Have a wedding every other weekend, and now you've got... Wedding, corporate events, there's a lot of that during the week.
How do you split your time then? How do you split your time?
Very difficult.
And you're working.
So I found just 4 months ago, we hired some help at home because I realized that I need to leverage that. What's the point of making money if you can't spend it? Right. Just that freed up my time to spend more time with family, so I don't have to clean the house, housekeeper, somebody who can help around the house and construction. We're remodeling the entire house as well. My husband is an engineer, but his hobby, his yoga is construction. Okay. Actual construction, he loves it. Yeah. And I like it. Good peak state activity. People love to be in that state of mind. It's just creating and designing and doing that. And sometimes we just hired somebody half-time to help him do that. And we just give him jobs during the week to keep him at 20 hours per week. So we hired help. And at the same time, I'm looking for an admin to help me here. in my business.
Yeah.
I found that person.
Yeah.
I've been keeping very close track of my time and where it goes, just to see what
you
jobs,
can delegate.
right?
Yeah,
What
exactly.
what I can delegate, what I want to delegate, what I can delegate.
Yeah.
So just trying to leverage. That's the only way to do that.
So one of the questions I love asking, because it's so varied, the answer, but a lot of the most successful people across industries have things in common. One is a library. They'll have books they're really interested in. Another is morning rituals. It's one of the most significant ties, through lines for all different CEOs and industry heads. Do you have a morning ritual, a way that you like to start your day to get you into this vacation mindset where maybe you wake up and you feel a little bit like you're in the penalty box, not on vacation?
When I wake up and I see, there's always some kind of a message waiting for me to be answered from a client or a prospect, so that gets me going right away.
Yeah.
I try, it's something I'm still mastering. I try to spend a little bit downtime in the morning just with my cup of coffee, but I always have to have my coffee, and that I just think what I need to do for the day.
Yeah.
Look at my calendar and organize my calendar, see what needs to get pushed out or pulled in.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my time. Just the first thing I do is just what I need to do from a professional standpoint during the day and the personal standpoint, and just to make sure I actually do it.
Yeah.
One of the largest challenges that I've experienced, honestly, especially ramping up the way I have, it's been absolutely crazy, and it's very easy to let things go.
Sure.
But just working 24/7, it's tough.
Yeah.
And I put clients first.
Yeah.
On one hand, it's a mistake from a family perspective. I've gotten a lot better at that. I mean, it did not take me long to figure that out. But clients first. It doesn't matter. I always tell them if it's 2 o'clock at night, I don't care. And I've had just a month ago, I had somebody who was in contract who called me, who texted me at 1:30 in the morning. I have a 3-year-old. So I'm not, I'm usually awake.
Yeah.
And we got on the phone, worked through it. Turns out it was he just needed somebody to talk to. Everything worked out just fine. But if it's not the right thing, it's okay. We can get out of contract. There's ways, but let's make sure it's the right thing. Doesn't matter if it's 2 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock in the morning. I remember myself when I was buying my first house. I wasn't a realtor. I had no idea what was going on, and didn't have the best realtor by far, of course, at the time. And meet somebody, it's nerve-wracking.